Well, I didn't actually leave it going. I totally forgot about that. But it did do terribly well. I'm going to say I'm quite happy to carry on. It really did do an awful well. It would if I put my actually emptied the bailout was always a good place to start, and switch the bailer on. And am I already down? No, I wasn't. Right. Am I down or? No, I'm not. I am now, though. Right, let's get cracking. Yeah, so I was going to time that. I was going to say, oh, we ought to time that's in now, because, like, we've, like, then I looked and I thought, oh, I'm not so sure. It's only a bit of clean-up, really, now. So we are doing well. This is the last of our crop for this year. So it will be nice. I know we sort of start the ball rolling, but it wasn't really fair to make anybody wait any longer. And I did think we didn't do terribly badly. I sort of don't like doing things like that, if I'm honest, because it sort of doesn't really represent the success of your farm. But I also recognise the fact that even farms sometimes buy things in from other farms, so it's not like we didn't do it ourselves as well. So yeah, we did sort of jump the gun a little, but also we did sort of show willing. It's probably impatience actually, yeah, because I don't normally allow that. And I have this time, so it probably is actually, because I don't think I normally would have like done what I did. Alright, let's do this. Oh, there's a bit more than you think, but yeah, it's too tricky to let a worker do this anyway, because it's all over the place, you know, like what needs doing. So it's no, I think this is probably about 5 or 6 minutes work, I think. So it is 13:21. So by my reckoning there, by 13:26, we should, within reason, of course, you know, like slight things that like you don't expect or stuff like that. But so it's 11:10. Not bad really for saying, like, obviously the harvest and everything. I've got to pick the bales up, but again, that's not going to take too long. We could set courseplay doing that, actually. It does now do that. We could grab said, and we could say, oi, please, will you grab the bales? I don't think that's got collisions. We found this out by mistake. So it's sort of like a post that is put there for our... that sort of is supposed to not be really there, if you know what I mean. Right, so we go specially onto the courseplay screen, and then we like do a special. You like don't say no, not this. You change the little arrows. Oh no, yeah, you still have to pick this. Don't do this very often, but yeah, that's true actually. It shouldn't say silo work. I should still be able to say, yeah. Why is it? It's not sort of showing the normal. You normally have to say, perhaps it's because of what it is, because it's a truck, maybe. It could actually, yeah, I never thought of that. It does rely on different things. This would normally be a transport vehicle. So loading and unloading things, you can't, and this is what I was sort of saying, was the fact that vehicles are certain things are expected of certain types of vehicle. This is still a tractor, so a tractory type things, courseplay would presume this was going to be doing tractor type of jobs, really, which is fairly true, what you'd expect. Alright, so let's stick this on here, grab this and see if we do you normally get like bale work, wrapping or grabbing. Whoa, I'm not used to this yet. Yeah, I had a couple of hours. Oh, Gordon Bennett, a couple of hours rest. So yeah, this particular COVID bug is particularly nasty. So I'm treating it with respect. I would usually do with COVID. It's really nasty bug, and they're different strains, put slightly different, but it's very similar in a lot of ways. Particularly nasty programming. Right, now let's see if this time we get a different set of choices. because you should get, yeah, CP belt, and then all you need to do is like set the field position, click the field that you want to collect from, and it should go white, and then you just go start job. There's not an awful lot to it, not really. Excellent. And there we are, back to like where we should be. Yeah, so I am very pleased with the progress on the map, but it is true, I don't think I would have done what I did, except for the fact that yeah, COVID addled my brains a little, because I don't normally like yield on that point. No, I don't, because I like the Let's Play to represent our efforts on the farm, and I think if you start to bring in, yeah, of course you can do it, I've always recognised that fact, and other content creators may also allow that, but then I just think, well, what is my success? You know, how can I like talk about my success if like, well, I'm grabbing stuff from other farms? It's not really my success anymore, is it? I mean, again, these are all like our interpretations of like what is fair, aren't they really? So it's just my idea of fair. I like the Let's Play to represent our efforts on the farm. Nearly, come on. Right, let's get these little bits done. It is useful having Courseplay, even just for things like that, yeah, because you're doing two things at once, and I know that's so obvious. What I mean is it really is a useful thing, and obviously for some reason Giants have again stuck to those age-old, this is what I say, in a lot of ways Giants are a very traditional company. What I mean is they have a set of values and they stick to those set of values no matter what, and then other times they don't, and that's my point. You think, you know, Giants are a bit like, there's quite a few surprises. Ooh, okay, what has happened? You've obviously crashed into something or something. Yes, something. Always when it does something weird. Right, okay. Perhaps should have put the Bayer pusher on this. Is it not managing very well, or what? No, it seems to be fine in responsiveness and everything, so let's give it another shot. Field work, bale collect, field position. Start job. Right. Now then, what are we on about? Totally lost me train of thought. Let's try and steer out clear of its way, because we're going to cause trouble for it. Yeah, now what were we talking about? Oh. We'd gone past COVID, thankfully. If only we had. Yeah, I'm just doing it. I've posted 6 episodes today, and I've also posted a post just that explains a bit why I've been so remiss on the postings. This has really knocked me for 6. It's a real... It sort of sucks the will out of you, the ability to do things is the best way I can put it. And then dribs and drabs of it come back, and I'd sort of thought, let's just do it. And again, that's just your will returning, that ability to act that we've all got, literally. So I thought, do it quickly before it goes away. So yeah, I've posted another 6 episodes. Hopefully, well, I've sort of made up for obviously the lack of posting by posting more. And I think we're about caught up. But if we're short, it's only by a couple, so we're not too far off. where he should be. Yeah, I must admit, this is... I always think sometimes, obviously, you should listen to your heart, and it was... I was sort of thinking about what was your favourite map. Is it still Oak? Well, what I would still remain and remember as Calmsden a lot. I know it's Oak Bridge now and all the rest of it, but there's already quite a lot of Oaks. Yeah, Oak City by JM Gaming as well. Now Oak Bridge, and there's Lone Oak. I mean, and that's an old one. I know it's still a firm favourite of mine. Such a shame that it never got released. I know Bullet Bill said it was not going to happen, so it's not going to happen. It's a shame though. It's such a cracking map, but it is something I said myself as well. You've always got to remember that there's lots of cracking maps, and you don't ever know that. And there's another new one out there where you're playing on your old favourite that you sort of know very well, that comfortable glove, where you might discover that actually you like one of these new ones a little bit more. And what I mean is, and you've got that added thing of newness. Or of course, that doesn't always suit some people. Some people, it's your character that you like to go back onto your old maps because you prefer the known to the unknown. Again, everyone's got those character sort of things. I realise in myself, I do like old comfortable maps as well myself, but I also know that when I'm on an old favourite from yesteryear, I sort of like think after a bit, yeah, but I know this, don't I? You know, it's sort of like old and familiar. Like Westridge Hills now, I don't include that. It's a really... I've been on Westbridge Hills now, must be 4 or 5 times, and I still enjoy that. And there's still a few bits on the map. I did say this last time I was on. I said if Westbridge Hills gets released for whatever is after FS25, I would still consider going on it, but I know I wouldn't start in any of the places I've already started. And I was literally pointing out at least 2 places where I'd like to. And the other thing is, of course, is the map is subject to change. So although you might get a distant memory or an echo of the map that you loved, it might also have a completely different... Well, even productions and things like that may be completely different on the new game. There might be lost features, gained features, and hopefully a game that actually works. No, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's we all know the downside of what's happening at the minute, but I'm still here, and that's what I'm saying. And you know, it is still an amazing game, even if not as good as it should be. And again, as a not only a content creator, but as an IT person and as a person who's sort of studied both software and programming, both as job and as hobbies most of my life, I seriously think my opinion does count something, as in, like, I've seen it from lots of different ways. Whereas some of us are just always players. Not that that's a just. But what I mean is, you're seeing it from one perspective. If you're a modder, you see it from another. You know, like a map maker or... Right, let's just get this little bit. It's too much to waste. Even though I know we're not going to finish another bale. So, how did is our baler still carrying on, or... Yeah, I think they're stuck in the hedge. And, like, they're not moaning about being stuck in the hedge. Yeah, they're, like, thinking they can carry on going nowhere forever without, like, saying they're blocked. And this is sort of what I was saying. Although, no, that is Courseplay, though. Yeah. Courseplay likewise was just the same. It sort of didn't recognise the fact that it got snarled and was carrying on forever using, which is just as bad as the Giants one that does exactly the same. So normally with Courseplay, perhaps this is a secondary job though. What I mean is, this has never been a perfect job. It's not standard Courseplay sort of work, this, but they've added it so you can use it. So Do you expect the same level of control as you would normally with a courseplay worker? I'd have to say no. I'd have to be fair to the courseplay team who have tried to add extra bits, and there's sort of the best you can ever expect is it's experimental features at best. So don't expect it to be like the normal norms of harvesting and baling, which again is something that a Giants will never even attempt to do, even though I quite think Giants could have done it. Again, traditional. Actually, we can probably sneak better at the top. Yeah, there's a way through there, isn't there? Didn't we make it proper? Didn't we actually do a proper... Oh, yeah, we did. I remember. We did it in my concrete pebbles. I can see it in my mind's eye. That is, not actually physically see it. We do need to add a bit of grass, though, so let's do that as well. It does look so awful, this kind of mess that we've had. And we've got some on the other side of the hedge that needs doing as well. Looks particularly nasty, I always think. The green carpety type stuff. Yeah, this was one thing I do appreciate, and that is the grass. I mean, FS25 is a nightmare, the cost of grass. Yeah, we'll do a bit of small as well, I think. Otherwise we'll cover areas we don't really want to cover. Got to be so careful though, and especially if you're moving and doing this, the tool can so easily snatch onto the actual field. It's a bit of a nightmare. Right, okay. I do wish you could do the different types of grass though. Because you've got like grass with meadow grass, and I mean, yeah, they seem to have done away with the FS25 meadow grassy type stuff. I've not seen any of that in FS25, so I think that was something that's got left by the wayside. I can't remember seeing it. Was it in the Alpine map? I don't think so. I don't. I think that's it's gone. I mean, that doesn't mean to say Giants won't resurrect it for a future iteration, or that, again, in some ways I admire that, because do you want a game with exactly the same features every single time? There are some features everybody wants, and some features that you like could do without, and some features that you think, well, yeah, maybe that's had its time. Right, so remember, we can't stick that in there. Yeah, I've not had a chance to... I know what I'm going to try next. I want to learn from this. That's why I'm not rushing. I could easily swizzle something in from one of my other productions, which is what I've done in the past. But I'm like, no, because this is the trouble. I've, like, done this so often, and I sort of, like, think, well, I fixed it on that. And yeah, but did you know how you fixed it? Do you know what actual bit of it that you did that was right, that now... You know, you fixed it. I've got an idea. Obviously, you do know roughly what you've done. But do you know exactly? And that's my point. And the answer to that would be no, I don't. Not exactly. I just know that if I do that from a working model where I did get it right, that I do it right again. But that doesn't mean to say... Sometimes there are quite a few differences, and that's my point. I need to find out... Step by step, what did I do? How did I fix that? Are you allowed 2 triggers? Are you not allowed 2 triggers? You know, all of these sort of things. This is going to be useful, isn't it? Are we going to do... Well, we are making CMR, so really I think we should do some of our own straw too. Even though I know it's cheaper to buy. We've already got enough businesses, that's my point. We could do the straw factory is my point, but we've not really got... We've got enough businesses on the burn already that I don't think we need to do that as well. All right, so how are we doing? Are we short? We've got plenty of silage still, plenty of water. No grass, we don't care. Digestate's going up. So we have run out of straw again, and also hay. Yeah, so... Wow, how much TMR have we actually done? Gordon Bennett. That's why we've run out of straw. So we're definitely right. We definitely need to do... We don't need... I mean, we've got still a shed load of bales left from the grass. That's why I said, in a way, we've left the grass till next year, but we've got way too much TMR. This would be the sort of TMR where you were giving it away to your local farmer friends, because, like, you've done way too much. So would you cut another time? If it were me, I'd invite all my farmer friends to, like, come and help themselves, because TMRs are not terribly expensive. If it were, I'd be selling it. Right, are we there? I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Yes, we are. I think that's going to help us on our way. So we need... The one other thing we need to do is to grab at least I should say another 4 tubs of hay. So I think we'll grab the big tractor we've just sent up this end. I think we should actually give the New Holland a chance. It's like just sat on the sidelines after bringing things from the store. Let's just give him a chance. All my life. I didn't mean like abandon ship and like leave a right mess like that. You know, Mr. Smith, you're a terror. Yeah, I ought to get the... All my life, it was a mess. Right. I mean, yeah, there are certain sort of tasks that I've tried over the years to do where you, like, grab like 4 sets of trailer loads of this from there and take it to there. Never worked. I mean, again, it's hard enough to get the workers to, like, go from one place to another on a lot of maps, but to tell something go to this silo, which it knows where the silo is, and obviously all of the silos that I've ever gone into in the i3Ds, they're all basically set up right where the AI worker knows exactly where to go. It's actually, there's a node in that tells it, well, this is where you need to go if you need to go to the silo. So it's smack bang on the grid. So there's no excuse that it's not been done right. It's still a failure on the game itself. You know, as in, like, the instructions can't be right, otherwise it would work. But as I've tried it, like, no, sometimes, I don't mean I've never got it to work, but what I mean is it's unreliable at best. Right. Yeah, I was a little concerned, though. I am a little that I was hoping that the game's not cheating, but I also thought, well, I did do a couple of big loads, which is 144,000 litres of... 1 second, apologies. Yeah, I'm not of soybeans. Yeah, so let's have a quick look while that's filling at the soybean side of things, because the fish food... Yeah, it's not gone up anymore. So that's including ours as well. So perhaps, yeah, that seems all right. No, we can't. Yeah, this surprised me as well, because this is a different trigger. And I've separated the triggers now. So I was like, this, I don't understand the behaviour on why a normal load-unload, because I've checked the grass windrows and I've checked the hay windrows and they're all there. So this is not a bale trigger problem. And this time it's working. Well, go figure. Well, we ought to try the other one as well to see if that's... Because, you see, and this is what I was sort of saying about testing, because that's not the same as a bale trigger. You know, like your bales are bales, literally, and obviously you've got grass that comes in different form in loose. We all know this. I'm just being specific to say that, you know, like... Each one of these is a different thing. Now, the new simpler way of doing things, the pallet or the selling station, as it's classed inside the i3D. Now, obviously, I'm using silo models, and that may well have been my undoing all along, is that I am using the old systems. Now, you can still set it up as a selling station, But the grid's a total waste of time. Let's just check the other one as well. Because that also is a separate, completely separate trigger now. Just trying to get the science of this right. So that's not working. So I need to check what is different about that to that. What is missing? A loading and I mean, loading is the spout. We're unloading. And it really is as simple as that. Although I always confuse it in my head. I do. It's a... One day it would yell, but to me, I always think, am I loading? Is this loading or unloading or what? Right, I think at least 2 more. It's still only 200,000 litres, and it needs more rather than less, but I'm not prepared to, boy to tears by, doing this for, too long. It's not fair. So we'll stick to 4. Right, let's just check as well, because I don't trust my counting at the minute either. No, you did. It's only 2. Yeah. Yes, I was. This morning I did a massive modding session, which is brilliant. Yeah. I just didn't quite feel up to doing the... And I thought, you've got loads of stuff to do. Yeah, that's alright, that is. It's not... It's different, as I said, and I can recognise that, but it's not got any lumps that it shouldn't have anywhere that were not done by design, which took a lot of effort. It did an awful lot of time I wasted on trying to get that right, but I was going to come away and I thought, no, this is your trouble. You know, you think, oh, I'll make do, and no, just stick. You'll never learn how to best get anything out of anything if you just keep giving in. You've got to, persevere, crack on, and it will pay off in time. Right, one last one. And I know it's true. I know myself, obviously, I'm learning a lot of tricks as I go along, but little tiny bits. You do something 2 or 3 times in Blender and you think, oh, remember you learned that. Modding's the same. I did think that I'd figured out what I was talking about last time, where models... Oh, no, I know, I've still not done the collisions on it, have I? I've got 3 or 4 models of these, because some are buy stations and some are silos, and I'm sort of a bit confused as which one's where. I've got too much duplication going on, which is another problem I need to sort out. Keep one model. The only bad thing is I've got different ones of these strewn about different Let's Plays, so if I remove one, then basically a Let's Play all of a sudden will lose its its particular buy points, which is annoying. Again, it's not the end of the world though. I can fix that, because I usually just say I've gone and made a change to the mod, I'm just going to put it down again, and no one's ever moaned at me and said, ooh, you know, that's bad, because people are reasonable. You're not cheating. People know what you've done. Right, so that'll do for now. So what else do we need? TMR's just a straight mix, isn't it, really? I've done it old school as well, so I don't need the... Yeah, so it's double the amount of silage. So to finish that off, we'd need 800,000 litres of hay. So you can sort of see that... what we could do, though, to assist this, because we've got more than enough silage, we could stick that one off and stick the make hay one on. And we could grab those other bales, because it's not so tricky now. Let's just go grab the Anderson, which is not a stone throw, not terribly far away. And let's get this job done. Is that... No, it will be filled. It will. Right. So, in fact, let's just call for this lot first. Let's buy the post. You see, and that's another thing. That has got a mark there as well. Don't know whether it's a coincidence or not, but... yeah. Let's grab them. stick them in and make some more hay, which will help us quite a lot. And that, I suppose, you see now, I can sort of think, oh, you see, you'd said you didn't need that grass, but really you could have done hay instead, and it's true. Yeah, you sort of sometimes think, yeah, you'd not quite got that sewn up as well. But each of us, you've only got so, and I am trying to juggle a lot on this so that a lot of things work. And that's the trouble. I've always said this, the more complex you go, the more you drop a couple of the balls that you're juggling. Which is why I don't want to go too mad. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Blacksheep Modding's mod is like super duper complicated already. I mean, yeah, when we bought the fish pond, I did not dream it how it was going to have all of this lot of stuff. I mean, it's lovely, but what I mean is we'd already got the bionic going on, the artisanal agro enter, that one, the animal feed, the super fish food factory, the super mud fabrica, the super oils pyramid greenhouse, and then all of a sudden we buy that and we go bang, we've got another 5 or 6 quite complicated setups like going on. So, and again, I'm not at my best as well. It's sort of like a double whammy, really. Not bad, is it? Someone's actually thought about the fact that, you know, you would do this, and this is how you would approach these with something like an Anderson. I like it when modders assist you, you know, like with the obvious, which is not always obvious to every modder. But, you know what I mean? What some modders... What did I see in FS22? And again, Giants will sometimes let silly mods through. And I do say this is a silly mod in a way, because what I mean is, there was one mod... And it was like, the modder had let you have 5,000 chickens, but then had not increased the food. And I'm like, so my animals are going to starve. And that's my point. No, these won't go in there. These you do need to do the other way. Because the bale trigger is obviously what is missing. It's not actually, but yeah, I know what I mean. The bale trigger is on the selling station, which is also part of that. So I don't understand why it's not doing it, but and it has done. So I have no idea why all of a sudden it's decided it's like going to stop. Just makes it a bit easier because it is a bit in the way. Ooh, I know I've been busy on. Yeah, well, I am trying to fix things that this time old projects, and that's what I thought this morning. I thought, you've got, before you go on to any other things, can you please like finish, you know, the jobs that you've got on the go instead of keep making other mods? I know I'm enjoying the fact that I'm doing vehicles now. It's which is where I always wanted to be, but it's so very much more complicated than placeables. And the other thing is, to be honest, you need good placeables. By which I mean non-giants. With recipes that are reasonable and not like you're going to get rich in about 10 years. I can never figure the pre-mines for giants, because if you do the maths on trying to recoup your investment in the cost of your factory, how many years that you'll get just to recoup your, you know, like just the cost of the factory itself. And then of course I would presume most people would want to make profit. Then you got to, you know, like think how much work is there involved to get all of the stuff into this. I sort of came to the conclusion after doing a bit of number crunching that it was 12 years, and I'm like, I never stay on a Let's Play for 12 years. Is that what Giants think is reasonable? That I'm on a Let's Play for 12 years before I start to make profit? Where I've broken even and I'm just beginning to make profit? I thought, because that's just something else. And it is. I just don't think that's a reasonable premise. You'd want, I mean, most people, I would say 3 years is probably a norm. 4 to 5 may be a long-term Let's Play. But I don't think anyone's ever going to stay 12. That's just like faulty logic. So, yeah, I don't understand the expectations. Right, so then, let's, you know, I think we've already done that, but we'll check it just to make it to be thorough. Corner should have hay, see. Oh, you've still got hay twice in that as well. Will you remove one of them? Right, okay, it's true, I have. I don't know why I've... This is a good job we checked, though. It is. See, thoroughness does... No, it takes a few seconds for it to register. It will be registered. Oh, no, it's grass. Yeah. Oh, wow. Apologies for not quite being quick enough to completely hide that one. Yeah, of course, we're moving grass, and then the hay will be made that will then make the TMR. I'm being sort of silly, yeah. Right, also, we don't want to be missing the... this year. I think, didn't we need to grab the milk? I think we did. So we need to drop this water off. Yeah, so the one thing I'd like to is... But in fact, I've got the same problem with the small one of these. It too, I've tried to do it so there's not much where you're tacking into there, but I'm forgetting that the primary reason for a drawbar is to give it the length so that it can pull what is behind it. It's a physics thing. Otherwise, you're fighting directly with the beast that is behind you. The same reason is you wouldn't want to do a 4-inch screw with a tiny inch screwdriver, because like you're not going to make much progress. I mean, the old cabinet tools screwdrivers, they were like 2 or 3 foot, and they would like make short work of like really long screws, and that is because... Why am I not getting a dump? It's probably full. It may well be full of water. It is. In fact, you may struggle to actually find anything that... Because you've been very thorough. It's true, I have, haven't I? Oh, a bit too thorough. I did get rid of a few litres, but not a lot. Right, so it seems that we've still got those. Let's go and stick one of those fantastic... I love the fact it's classed as a cell point, but it does in a way make a certain amount of sense for this to be classed as a cell point, because you're sort of getting rid of something. I mean, selling may be a bit of a stretch, but I understand the premise, really. So let's get that this fantastic bit of kit, the drain mod. We'll stick it about there. Clever, very clever idea for exactly this situation. And this is what I'm saying, mechanics, really. In real life, would this be difficult? Absolutely not. It wouldn't. But like, because of the game, mechanics rule is king. Gordon Bennett. Please tell me you're gonna like. Why are we not getting a... Oh, please don't tell me another mod that's like not working right, because that's as flat as a pancake. Okay, let's give it another shot. Yeah, I mean, certain mods are just not working. It's true. And this looks like one of them. You mean I'm going to have to put a production silo down because that mod is not working at the minute? It'll be something else that the giants are broken at present, because we know that was its primary function. Oh, no, that is true. No, I have done this before. I'd forgotten about this. The sell points, obviously one of the commodities that I would never normally sell would be water. But I've had to do this before, and that's to sell the water to the sell point, because it's the only way that I could actually get rid of the water. So we'll do that. If this tractor can ever... let's just let a big tractor deal with it. It's like... It's embarrassingly bad. It is my fault, though. This is only my fault, this particular thing, and that's because primary rule of physics is like length of drawbar, and we can see that quite plainly that this is definitely a thing. It just sort of highlights to you why physics is so important in design of like implements and not just any tool, any basic tool. The principle of physics is such a massive thing that we all quite clearly take for granted. Oh, and even this is not much better. Why are we not getting Caesareus as tractors come through? We've ordered 2 of them as well. Oh, come on, let's just get one now. Enough is enough. It's not like his tractors are the dearest. They're already very good value. So, you know, like, stop being tight and just buy yourself one outright. And just, yeah, no. Trailer. No, I'm hoping our trailer comes through. But let's just not wait any longer. Let's actually order one. Did I already order one? The auger. No, I don't think I did. That's what I mean. I don't mind waiting for it a little bit because we don't need it, but let's at least order it. But the Caesareus, we are not waiting any longer. Let's go and treat ourselves to one of these. Fantastic, one of the best value tractors in the game. Okay, it's an old version of the Steiger. We can all see it's something like from the 1970s or 80s, but it still has a fantastic engine in it. So we're going to go... We're lucky that we found a 600 horsepower one in somebody's shed. In fact, more. We're going to have it shipped as well. So what will that be? Add 60, 120. It'll be 720 horsepower. Let's give it everything. Yep. Right, fantastic. So 92 odd thousand, 93 odd thousand in total. Yeah, with the delivery as well. Fantastic. Let's just see how my old friend copes with this. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, because it is still, as I was saying, now it's the rules of physics are quite severe. If anything's got a chance, a heavy tractor like this it's got its own mass, as well as its pulling power, as well as its tracks, all of these. Ah, no, this has got 4 tracks. Yeah, no, I was meaning the bigger tracks. I did think of the little John Deere, actually, that I loved. The I think it was still an 8RX. Yeah, even this is like fighting with the, but it is managing. So I definitely need the drawbar making rather a lot bigger, just to make this like how it should be, because the wheels are turning and everything. It's just like, it's like the water's pushing you around, and it's still not much better empty. But I mean, obviously this can deal with that being pushed around, because it's nearly the same amount of weight as well. But you can, what I mean is, you can still see that this is really quite bad. Aren't we not supposed to be like setting the plough going and everything? One problem at a time. We can only do one thing at once. You watch, tomorrow now, November, we'll get both of them appear. It's always the way when you like succumb to something like this. It like the game like goes, ha ha ha. Well, we needed it, and I suppose that it's that old saying, necessity is the mother of all invention. Well, we've pretty much tried to be patient and put up with the shortcomings and struggle, and like, you think, would you really do that? I think I'd sooner spend 100,000 on an older, powerful tractor than I would on struggling as we have done. So let's grab the... every single time. And you can't press enter and it doesn't actually do anything. Right, so Where did we leave the... Did we stick the plough away again? Surely not. Well, that's the trouble, isn't it? You try to get into good habits. I'm sure we did, actually. I vaguely remember talking about the wheelbarrow handles, about whether Blacksheep Modern had like spaced it, and I said, yeah, you can easily get past that, and I was right. It's exactly where we left it. Yeah, I think this has done the ploughing. I think I've used this for ploughing before, and it was fine. Yeah, because obviously with this being the Unihid, I wasn't sure how well it would deal with, like the Unihid in certain situations. So again, I did give this a real good testing. It might even be Hazelnut Farms. It's Tillamook is the name of that map. It's a strange name. It doesn't stick. I only have to look at it and think, oh, that's right, it's Tillamook, that's the name. It is a bit of a... doesn't sort of roll off the tongue to me. It's not like a name that I've come across. So it's sort of... I'm not very good with any kind of foreign name, by which I mean a name that it's not common in my head. Words that are like not English. Foreign names. We've got a lot of... foreign employees in my present company, and their names, I'm terrible. English spellings of names, yeah, fine, but some of the names or the pronunciation of some of the foreign names that we've got, I struggle with, and that's not me being racist. It's just being true about the syntax of like English. I'm used to it to a degree. Right, remember we do need to... Mind you, it's not going to get attacked by anything, so let's just stick this away quickly. Yeah, and this can go in the little... I'm trying to keep the ones on the left, not for things like the plough. Although that can always go on the outside of something bigger. I want that one for bigger things. This one's perfect for things like the baler, these set of 3 sheds. And you can pretty much get 2 things in each bay, really. Yeah, let's reserve that one for the harvester, though. In fact, we do have more sheds than this, and it's about time we start to use them. Yeah, that would have no problem in getting there, it's true. But obviously it's meant for cars, so this would never get in there. Wow, that is like... Okay. Fantastic. Right, so we've set the plough going, and that's done a cracking job already. We've got the water, so we're now going to do the... And we got the other trailer, though. Yeah, but we've been using this for mainly clean stuff. Although I think I did say a long time ago that it made more sense to use this for mucky because it's the bigger of them, and we could use the other one for clean. But then this has also got a solid axle. I can't remember if that one has. I always forget with this. I'm thinking it's a little bit slow though, pulling this. It's not pulling right, and you're like, well, its top speed is 70 miles an hour, so it's as fast as it's going to get. It's the curse of tracks. Yes, I'd like to go through a little bit and make a bit of progress so that we can... Yeah, so let's swap these then. This one can be the mucky one. So where did we stick the clean one? Over there. Yeah, it's true. We have also got the Meprosette as well, which that can do 24 tons at a time. It's not bad. I have used it before. Let's give this a bit of a wash, though. Being as we're... Ooh, I always forget about the hidden collisions on this. Yeah, the weights and that are... there's still collisions on them, like even they can't see them. I've done that in one of my models as well, so I know that's what it is. Right, let's grab the water jet. And let's wash this. Which is obviously signifying far more than we're actually doing. It's, yeah, we would be cleaning this out. I can't remember if it's even had slurry in it, but I do have a feeling that it does, so... oh... Right, yeah, it has got a swivel at, so that... This was why I wanted to stick to that one, but... Can you lock the drawbar on this? I have a feeling you can. If you do, you might need to buy it. You know, the option. I think I'm thinking of BDB SSBs. Those you can actually lock the dolly pins. Yes, so what I would love to do is make a smaller tractor that's like this, exactly like this, in fact, where it's both articulated and tracked. Am I bothered about the tracked? I'm not sure that that's a feature I'm that worried about. It's more the articulation. I must admit, of all the tractors, I really do like this one a lot. I didn't always like it to the extent that I do now, but I've had so many hours in this particular tractor that I sort of feel like I'm with an old friend. I know how it undulates, I know how it snakes, all that type of thing, and that's knowledge of the actual tractor itself. You get used to it, you know, the way that it moves, the way that it, you know, works, and so I can just jump in this and I just feel like I'm home. Is the best way I can explain it. Right, fantastic. Right, so then, done the straw, fed the animals. Or did we feed the animals? I think we did. Yeah, I think that definitely proves we did. If anything, it's a bit of straw, but it would be nice. I'd like to look back in a few hours and see how well the fish food place is doing, because we were like wondering about it. We've seen that we've got all processors going, so let's go through till about 2ish, maybe even 3:30. Right, fantastic. Let's go through till about 6ish. I'd like to go through till the morning, just so as we can see, have enough space between us that we can see how well the fish food is doing. Brilliant. Oh, it's weird how Kenny sometimes comes with all its implements and bits and bobs, and other times actually it just comes with just the body, and then you can have just the claw. It's totally random. And then sometimes you get it all. But you still have to sell it separately. It is a bit of a strange one. Right. Let's go through till 12 o'clock. Oh, my life. We've found something. Ah, the 70 tonner. Fantastic. Another one of those. And the new vegetable harvester. We will sell it. We know we can get through that. Is that the... It is the new vegetable harvester. Yeah, that's the one with the rollers and everything. That's the Matentis. That's your crowning glory, the one that you worked the most hard on. It is blended now as well. It won't lose the... Is this one blended? Is this the one that didn't get blended? Yeah, we will buy it as well, though. I'm not sure this is... the blended. I think I did blender them both. These were rush job blenders though, just so as it works. Now that's for us. They're not finished blenders. Yeah, because I can get rid of the creases now in the metalwork. I've sort of I don't, not quite. You're right. Okay, well we will soon sort this out. We really have got plenty of money. It's just that it's tied up in machinery. My life. Can't remember if that's... Oh, that's right. No, we shouldn't be having issues with because we've got the truck, haven't we? And we have got the right one. We've ordered the new one, haven't we? For the lorry for down here. We've ordered. I think I was just keeping it down here just for a little bit. I don't think I was being... Yes, I think what I'm going to, hopefully, again, it's all depends on how your mind is as well. With having COVID, it's adding another element. You can only do things when it lets you, when your will is of an adequate point that you can actually do, because sometimes you just haven't got the will at all to actually carry on. But there are also other times when you're going so much up the wall that you think, oh, I need to do something. But they're not always the best moments. They don't always bring the best out in your creativity. But I think I was leaving this down here until the new lorry arrives. And then I was going to take that one up to the farm with obviously the big... trailer that we've got. I have also changed the picture on it as well. I'm trying to also wage war with the pictures of things that I haven't finished properly. I have done them, but I think it's the compression on some of them isn't quite right. I don't think we need another 6 metre. I think 2 9s and a 6 is more than adequate. Oh, this has not got auto lights, has it? I remember. Yeah, I've only found 2 or 3 mods so far that don't switch on automatically, and that's this one by Kenny, Pascal Quartz, and there's a third one which I can't bring to mind, but there's at least another one on top that also doesn't switch the auto lights, don't to make it work. So the modders must have done something different that doesn't switch on the lights in the same way, or they must have declared their lights in a slightly different way to that mod is looking for it to switch them on. Yeah, some modders will just use a transform and they'll call it transform. Again, this is what I was sort of saying. My mods are logical, so if anyone was to look, they would know what I was trying to do. That's because I'm still learning myself. But also, I'm not trying to obscure my work. I'm not going to change. If people are of a mind to, I mean, those type of strip modders who like sell mods on, those sites, not the genuine mod, or the other ones like King mods and stuff like that, they don't particularly care. They'll be able to find out what it is no matter what. No matter how well you obscured it, they still know how to do it. Yeah, there's some very good bad modders. It's not just a sort of thing that, yeah, some of the mods that they do are not bad either. I know I don't do it anymore, but there was a time in FS22 right early on that I did used to go to some of those, and it was something that one of the big names was going on about, and I thought, he is right. The more we all use these kind of dodgy sites, the more people like Farm Sim Briscoe get hurt by people stripping their assets and doing bad things. I thought, if we don't go on them, I know it's not going to be the answer, because there's always going to be bad people who go on bad sites, but if the rest of us avoid them, it minimises the damage. And I thought he was quite right. I thought, yeah, no, listen to the man. Although, yeah, sometimes it's useful. I know Daggerwin makes quite, or did used to make quite big use of mods that were not Mod Hub ones. I don't know if he still does, because again, I'm not got time to watch Daggerwin or even my favourite Masili P, so I wouldn't know anymore. Right, so we do need the telehandler. I don't think there's much more. I think it was a baler. Yeah, because most of the other things are for us. The Pacinator, which is, yeah, I'm still a little bit unsure as to why that diesel thing, but it is true. I think I must have not ticked something like is refillable, yes, or something silly like that, and which is why it no longer, it's still there and it didn't disappear. It's at the back of my mind, I vaguely remember, I'm thinking, I'm sure I did do something a little bit. I thought, yeah, let's reuse it. That's a good idea. Is it? The more I see that sitting there, the more I think, no, I think actually it's not a bad behaviour, is it, that it just disappears? It's basically unmaking it a problem for you, and you think maybe it's not a bad mechanic for deproblemising things that would otherwise become problems. Alright, so that is brilliant. So let's go through till 4 o'clock. And I want to check at 8 o'clock in the morning. Ooh, okay. Fantastic. Well, talk of the Teagle. Yeah, excellent. That is the very one we were just talking about. So let's, looks the same. It's just, I'll show you. It's easier if I sort of show you. Yeah, we will have additional lights. I think this is probably fairly important. This got, I might actually put a pimp this. Lambo did an entire thing about lights, and I think it would. Oh yes, give this a bit more power. It's already fairly decent, but why not? So 24,108, I think we can afford to give it the best. It's true. I think for the kind of job this is doing, good lights, work lights would be actually important, whereas they're not for a normal lorry. But for this, I think they would be. That's one of the few things that is just about in our price range. Right, let's just show. Oh, let's do it at 8 o'clock before we scoot up to the farm, because it's a bit dark to be showing things really. Right, brilliant. Oh, okay. Oh, this is what I was saying. Now, that's not a normal sale item. What I mean is we've ordered it, but that came without the warning, which means it didn't take any notice of. That's because it's a new mod in your mod folder, and it was only put in there today, and it tends to favour new mods. So we will buy it, and we'll show the two things off. Okay, I want to see it in person in the real world, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I've just got the hubs left to do on the quick side of it. But obviously I've got far more to do, in long term. Right, okay, so it looks identical, but just look closely at the wheels. The lock on that is much better than any lock you would normally see on a lorry. It's literally, which this is part of the character of a terminal lorry, is it's better at steering, but it's not. It's better at pulling, but it is not better at going out on the streets at like 50 or 60 miles an hour. It's not meant to do that. So I've deliberately done this so it's exactly as it should be. But I'm also going to give it a nice rubber bumper, like a bit like a bumper car, which was my idea. I thought, well, I have seen lorries in yard lorries where they actually have a massive rubber bumper because they charge around the yard and quite frequently bash into things. Right, so yeah, of course it's not got PTO, so it won't let me do anything legit with it. So let's just yeah, so you can only really just tug it around. Let's leave it. Oh, I think I should increase the reversing. I thought I had redone the reversing speed, actually. Yeah, I have. It was just for some reason very slow with that particular thing. Right, let's get the last few bits sold. So that is the new. We should test that now and see if it was always just down to the design of the Amity or whether or not it's a weight thing. That's why another reason why I wanted to keep the weight. But I also thought, well, I want to make it bigger though. I don't want it to have the same size hopper, so we need to put bigger sides on it and see what is the, you know, like what kind of traditional starter harvester, how big is its pipe. So that was my test on Silver Lake, and I needed to drop it down a little. So yeah, actually it'd be ideal to take that down to the farm and actually have a go with that. So I might do that off camera, grab a few of these bits and bobs, take the lorry that's to go up to the farm now. I think for once I'm going to keep this beige so that we don't get confused, because I'd like to make the other one a little look more like a terminal lorry as well. But obviously this is more about form factor. It's more about its job at the minute, as in like that it does the job it's supposed to do, and obviously I can do the modelling later. Now remember what the last thing that I'm going to say, I can do all this off camera. So the one thing I'm really intrigued about is to see how well the fish food is doing now after a bit of time, because we know it was actually beginning to work. Are we getting anything work on other parts of the fish food? Now that was working anyway. That one we caught is not working yet. That has got none. Oh, now that... so we're not sending them anywhere. So that's completely... Oh, that's... No, you're looking in the wrong one. So it's short on flour again. Are we run out of flour? Are we going slow on the super mud flour? Why are we having a bottleneck on flour? Is it the conversion process? No, that was slow. I was supposed to do something with that, wasn't I? Yeah, because look at the oats. That's terrible. We have got 4,300 litres though, so let's just wait for it to do a tick. I think it is. It's just, we did see it took about 3 or 4 minutes for it to do processing, so I need to convert that and speed that up. Yeah, it's still not very fast. Even the flour itself also seems to be, the cycles are not really good. So that's the real bottleneck on why everything is not good. So that's what I wanted to see this for. Right, so I'm going to leave it there. We're still making money off our but I think, oh no, we're not. We stopped. Yeah, we did actually stop on the artisanal agro enter because we ran out of manure, which we have got some again. In fact, we have a lot of manure in there, and I would imagine we've got quite a lot of slurry too. So we'll get all of that done next session, and we will have the new. Yeah, they will have this big tanker there, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to testing the big. Well, we've got the 70 ton as well now. I don't think we need any more trailers at all. What with this and that, I think we're about there. So I'm going to leave it there. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.